What's up? What's up? It's D Train back again this morning. Yeah, man, I was hanging out with my Catholics last night. Oh yeah. I uh I got this call from a buddy. He sends me a few things every once in a while, and he said, "Yeah, it's gonna. Can you do something next Thursday?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." He said, "Yeah, all right." I said, "Yeah, just send me some information." He said, "It's at a Catholic school." I was like, "Oh man, okay, all right." And the first thing I thought about was about, I don't know if it was about 18 to 20 years ago. I did. Okay, so mind you, 20 years ago, let's say, okay, so I'm 43 now. So 20 years ago, I'd have been 23, let's say 23 to 25, somewhere in there. And so my age was closer to their age. So I guess I was kind of still listening to some of the similar music, some of the same music that they were kind of listening to. Um, I used to have dreadlocks back then too. So there was that. And I think the age group was similar. It's around 11, 12, 13. Could have been some 14s in there. It was around that, and the whole time, man. And this was around the time when Nelly, was it Nelly? It's getting hot in here, so hot. Let's take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I wanna take my clothes off. They weren't having that. I swear, this lady, she stood next to me practically the whole night. And this was, I think, it was like a 3 or 4 hour show. she was, she's like, change the song, because it was a little suggestive. And the kids, I can remember they would try to kind of get me to play the songs that they knew they wouldn't allow them to hear. You know, it was kind of like, come on, man, I'm gonna get in trouble. That lady right there is gonna say no. I mean, she's looking at you ask me for a song, and she just looked at me look at her. You know what I'm saying? She was hawkish, dude. And so all of these memories are coming back into my mind, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I just got to be ready for it because I want to do a good show, and every situation is different. So hey, so I show up to this place, man. It is like huge. They got like two or three. They got like, okay. So the main part is right here. The they also got a building before that. You know what I'm saying? I guess they have a church, and then they had almost like dormitories for the kids, right? So that was kind of cool too. So this is a little bit different kind of Catholic school from what I'm used to seeing. It's usually, they didn't have all of that. So I'm like, oh boy, this is bigger than the last place. So I pull in, and I said, hey, she's like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to DJ here tonight. She says, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, do you have an idea where you want me to set up and whatnot? And she says, yeah. She told me her name, this and that. And it was funny because I later asked her name, and I kind of shortened it. You know how it's like Jennifer, it would have been Jen, or if it was like, Stephanie, it was Steph, or I couldn't remember if it was like, if it was Susan, you know what I'm saying? And then I like she's like, "Oh no, don't do it." And I was like, so we she was like, "No, don't shorten my name," you know. I was like, "No, no, I just couldn't remember what you." And then she was like, "No," I said, "You know what? My name is Don Trez." She was like, "Oh, I like that." You know, it's like, "Yeah, but people called me, Donnie for a long time, you know." And I didn't mind. I shoot, people still call me that from like a different time. So we kind of, got a pretty good rapport. And so I'm pulling on, I'm getting my stuff in. She says, "Oh yeah, just make sure you don't play any swear words or anything too out there." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I swear to you, that was the last time anybody mentioned it the whole night. I was like, I was surprised by that, because some of the songs, like, it's hard to know if you're a listener, of music and stuff, even if you just listen to it on the radio, it's hard to kind of remember everything unless you focus on those swear words. You know what I'm saying? That you know is in there. Sometimes it's just nestled in there. Like I was listening, like they might say ass or they might say, titties or somewhere in there. I don't know. Or you might not catch something because it's mixed in with the music, because I can understand that, but I was still like, oh man, so I got to make sure. So I kind of put together a song list with some clean music and whatnot. Man, I tell you what, man, as far as I could tell, they didn't really try to get me to play anything too bad. There were a couple songs where I was like, and then a couple songs made them dance a little bit harder or whatever, but it wasn't like hey, let's see if he'll play this. But well, okay, they did have me play some things that were different. They were different. um like I guess right now Fortnite is a big thing. I remember the young ladies were like, "Oh, they want you to play Fortnite." It's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Fortnite is just taking over all the boys." And that reminded me of this interview of a guy from North Carolina who was playing Fortnite evidently when a hurricane came through, and he had like little brothers and sisters and stuff. He's trying to finish his game because he only got like 2 or 3 people left to go to beat, and it took part of the roof coming off of his house for him to say, "Okay, I guess we better move." He paused his game. He's trying to play the game after he finishes. Um, so they had me play a few things that were a little bit different, but mainly they were asking for songs that were probably older, that they remember. And one of the things that I kind of knew was going to happen based on the movies that my kids were watching is that more kids would like throwback. You know what I'm saying? Throwback music. Um and that's exactly what like Shrek. You remember Shrek? One guy asked for the theme song to Shrek, and I was like, "You know who sings that?" He's like, Smash Mouth. And I was like, "Whoa, are you talking about?" He's like, All Star. I was like, "Whoa, dude, are you kidding me? Of course I got All Star." I'm not thinking about Shrek. I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, yeah. Hey now, All Star, get your game." But I kind of was wondering if he probably wanted the actual Shrek track. It's possible, but it's cool, man. But I guess the main point is that everybody was cool, everybody was respectful, and I'm like wondering why, like why these, you hear about all the things that's going crazy in these schools, but number one, it's a Catholic school. I don't know if their parents whip their ass if they mess up in school. Say, look, we paying a lot of money for this, you know what I'm saying? kid be acting up, or if they just, or if they fear the chaperones enough, say, yo, I'm gonna tell your daddy. I'm gonna tell your daddy. I don't know what it is. Everybody was cool though. Maybe they just good kids. I don't know. But everybody was cool to me. So, but then again, I pretty much look like that picture that's right there on the screen right now. I didn't have the dreadlock. I don't have the dreadlocks this time. I'm older. Maybe I understand rapport better than I did when I was first getting into the game. You know, um, maybe the fact that I do have a family and this, that, and the other. Maybe that had something. Maybe some of the people already knew me from there. They just didn't really say much because a couple people look familiar. Um, but overall, yeah, man, everything was cool. Everything was cool. I played a few songs. They wanted, and man, I just had a great time. That's it. Anyway, that's my party with the Catholics last night story. Told you about the last time I did it. This time I did it. It was all good. So on the other hand, therefore, nevertheless, word, peace.